Oh, don't get too close to my fantasy. Don't be afraid to clutch the hand of your creator. Stare into the lion's eyes, and if you taste the candy, you'll get to the surprise. Dude, Canadian Fuhrer loses today. It's over for him. He's out. He's out. His first loss. First loss that I've seen. Don't get too close to my fantasy. Don't be afraid to clutch the hand of your creator. Stare into the lion's eyes, and if you taste the candy, you'll get to the surprise. Okay, bye. See ya, Steph. Let me help you out. Let me show you out the door. Here's a timeout for that ass. Timeout, 300 seconds to turn on your heel and walk the fuck out of here. Always happy to help. Ever play Red Dead Redemption? If so, excited for Red Dead 2. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption, one of my favorite games ever. Red Dead 2, I'm excited for it, but we'll see. Rumbling thunder, but it's still sweaty and hot here. How important is Munegg? I don't know what Munegg is. Work sucks, dude. Trust me, I know. Late night, come home. Work sucks. I know. She left me roses by the stairs. Surprises let me know she cares. Hello there, Paularino. Tell me what's your favorite faction, not race, in Warhammer 40k, if you have any. I mean, I don't really know much about them, but I really like the Tau. The Tau and like the Chaos Space Marines are pretty cool. I'm not real super into the Warhammer 40k mythology shit, so. It's Halloween happening this October. Oh, get out of here. Hey, Wasp. Shoo. You're not wanted around here, bud. Your kind is not welcome here, so. There's a fucking wasp just sitting there staring at me, man. I can't do a show with this. Let me see if I can show it to you guys, so you know I'm not even bullshitting you. Look at this fucking shit. You see it there? See him? Now, I'm supposed to do a show for you guys while this is sitting 3 feet from me. Oh, yeah, thank you. Finally got the hint. You're not welcome here, bud. Wonderful beard and hair, Paul. You look strong. Yes, I am. I'm strong. Buff. In shape. The 80s band Wasp is assault. No. I would rather see Blackie perched up here than that wasp. I killed some today. Some, I mean a lot. Oh no, tiny insects, whatever shall you do? Weird, I'm using the same e-cig, oh man, not one of these. I just wish there was a way for me to blur my vape from these. Every time they come up as a topic of conversation, I just want to quit vaping. No, music and movies are not dead art forms. Hey, Paul, your beard is weird. Hey, Paul, your beard is weird. No. What did Stormy Daniels say about Trump's weighing? Did she say it's like crooked and odd shaped or something? What's worse than vape subculture? I guess the furry fandom would really be the only thing underneath vape culture in terms of lameness. Like, really the only thing that I would choose to be a vape lord over is a furry. So I'd say, you know, just slightly less pathetic than a furry, but not much difference. Not much difference between the two. You seen those vape competitions? The fact that that even goes on is just sad. Furries aren't really vocal. Yeah, they are. Look around, dude. I bet in this chat there's 3 or 4 of them with their fursonas and their fucking... You know what I mean? They're everywhere. There's not like 4 guys in the chat with like them vaping as their avatar. You know what I mean? A cloud competition. Fuck, man. How long can you go without smoking? Forever. Do you think being a furry for them is just a phase? Probably. Like, at some point, they're going to find out that they probably got a better chance at finding a mate and friends if they don't walk around in a big, stinky, cheese-smelling wolf suit. And they're going to be like, yeah, that was a weird little thing I did when I was a kid, but then I figured out, like, you know, people actually want to make friends and stuff. Did you like the MGK diss better? Get out of here. Quit talking about Killshot. Like, back in the, like, since when is, like, a diss track big news? Eminem dunked him. Move on. Like, 2 weeks ago he dunked him. Get out of here. Indians just bought out my job. I'm expecting my hours to get cut. Cool. More free time. Should thank those Indians. Werewolves are the ultimate furries. Now, werewolves aren't furries, man. They're actual, they're not walking around in a mascot suit, dude. Hi, I'm new to this channel. Well, hello, Stoner Queen. You should fit in quite well around here. We are all of us a bunch of stoners here. Yeah, welcome to hell. Welcome to the gaping maw of hell itself. Well, this is literally a show about nothing. We sit around, we talk about the issues of the day. I usually get too sweaty to sit out here on my back porch and end it, you know. Old man, you will die tonight. Rest in peace, lol. Oh, that's ominous, man. I am spooked. Paul, what's your favorite season? Black Pepper. Welcome to nothingness. Yeah, the nothingness, the emptiness. Those of us that, you know, cannot socialize with people in real life come here to pretend. We come here to get an approximation of socialization. Crossed a black cat today. Ooh. Paul, the condition of your dirty hat is appalling. It's just an old hat, man. It's just an old hat. I ain't got the money to go buy a new hat every day, so I wear my old hat. I like this hat. It's comfortable on my head. You don't like it? You know what I mean? Fucking go somewhere else, you know? Clean it? I do. I wash it every couple of weeks. I got pins on my hat too, see? I've got an alpaca pin from Ashley. I've got Peelander Pink. And I've got a little movie ticket up here that says Admit One Hell. Who cares? That's a great question, Reese Cunningham. That's a great question. Now you got 300 seconds to think of another one. Hey, red exclamation point guy, you've got 300 seconds to find a new emoji to use. This is fun. I love it. I love it when these fucking channels or these shows become me just helping people figure out different things to do. You got to have a dictatorial attitude if you want to run one of these shows. If I just let you guys do whatever you want in the chat and you didn't have that fear that I could just resurrect you at any moment, you know, you'd get up to some crazy shit in here and it'd be just unwatchable, unriffable nonsense. I prune the tree to make sure that it grows stronger and more verdant. Shave beard for $1,000? No, thank you. Paul is strict but fair. Yeah. If you permanently had to smell like a specific smell, what would you want to smell like? Fresh linens, like clothes that just came out of a nice washing machine. That's the best smell. Clean clothes. I would want to just exude the smell of clean clothes, fresh linens. I want to smell like I just stepped out of the laundry. That's how I like to smell. If you could have a conversation with anyone in history, alive or dead, who would it be? Diogenes, probably. I think that would probably be the most interesting conversation that I could snag out of the, you know, the time stream. Does TJ ever do laundry? I don't know. Why don't you ask TJ? Favorite hard candy? Skittles. Skittles. Skittles count? They're kind of a chewy candy, huh? If those don't count, then Werther's Original. I dream about you doing the Davy Jones dance naked out of Daydream Believer. Wow. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Diogenes wouldn't even peek his head out of that stinky barrel of his for you or me. That's fine. If that's what I get, that's what I get, you know? I could take some learning from that. But if you could somehow cajole Diogenes into a conversation, it'd probably be the most interesting one you've ever had. Where have all the flowers gone? I don't know, man. You're asking the wrong guy. Hey, Paul, did you get my message about the RoboCop mill? No. My dream girl likes Ween. Yeah. If you start a cult, sign me up. What do you think this is about? This whole thing has been cult recruitment from the very get-go. You're already a member because you show up to these. I will, however, let you know when I walk into the woods to start the new Radiant Civilization. Would you rather go 3 days without food or spend 1 hour in a smelly sewer? 3 days without food. Indoctrination proclamation. Situation. Lived across the street from the mill where they shot the scenes for RoboCop. Cool, dude. That's neat. I'll check it out. RoboCop had the most accurate prediction of future America. I don't know if it's the most accurate, but it's definitely the most fun. You know what Diogenes was doing with those dogs, dude. You know what he was up to. You know what he was up to, dude. Ugh. One hour in a smelly sewer. Oh, man. I wouldn't want to spend 5 seconds in a sewer. Other people shit and piss. I'll just, you know, fast for 3 days or something. I'll be fine. Ever see the 1985 Transformers movie? The animated one? Yeah. I've seen it. Do you like the artist Francis Bacon? I don't know. I'd have to see his art. I don't know his work off the top of my head. Whoa. I muted every word that's NFL related on Twitter, and it was the best decision I've ever made. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean, man. I'm kind of tired of football, too. Kind of sick of it. I mean, whatever. Other people can watch it, but I think I'm done with football, totally. I think about all the hours, you know, that I've wasted watching football and being interested in football, and, man, if I could get those hours back, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I don't really care about football no more. "24 hours in a grow house with pounds of fresh marijuana, or 7 days with 20 naked girls in a mansion with no rules. Sex, anything goes." I mean, that's an easy one. Like, as fun as it would be to chill in a grow house with infinite weed for 24 hours, like a bunch of days with a bunch of hot girls. Come on, buddy. That's an easy choice. You take the weed. You take the weed because you don't want to be trapped in a fucking house for 3 days with a bunch of women. I mean, the sex might be fun, but all the shit in between would have to suck. So you take the weed. You can't smoke pounds in 1 day. Maybe you can't. Why didn't I take the weed? There's no weed here. You know what would help me deal with all these nattering women? A joint. Why didn't I take the weed? Fuck. Shave that gross beard. Sorry, Charlie. Charlie Dooler has the sour aura of a man that can't grow a beard. It just radiated off of you in that comment, Charlie Dooler. A man who can't grow a beard, who sees a man who is just a standing example of what a man should be, and decides to try and get that man to shave his proud, glorious beard off, so that I will be a smooth face like you, a baby face. Sorry, Charlie Dooler. Not gonna happen, homie. I want Paul to grow that beard indefinitely, just for you, Charlie. Yeah, I'm never going to cut it again just because of Charlie. If you suddenly found yourself 10 years back in time, 10 years younger, but with your present-day consciousness, how much would you fuck with TJ specifically? Like, I had all the memories and I knew all the things I know now. Damn. Constantly. I mean, not only that, but I'd be rich. You know? I'd be a rich fuck. I could make all these bets on sports outcomes and stuff, you know? Desperate for the intimacy of friendship, I languish in, I don't know, this diarrhea burns. Wow, what a deep one. What percentage of the population can you beat in a fight? I'd say probably like 20 to 30%. You know? Small people, weak people, handicapped people, the infirm, the crippled, children. I'd say a good 20 to 30% of the population should directly fear me. You know? Yeah, but I'd say that like a good half of women could probably beat the shit out of me. You'd have to intentionally lose some bets to reduce suspicion. Why? Why? Suspicion of what? Time travel? What are they going to accuse me of? How do you cheat on the outcome of a fucking bet? You don't. You know what I mean? They can get suspicious all they want. I'm winning every bet. The man who never lost a bet. I think we got a storm blowing in, boys. What if the butterfly effect affects the things you bet on? Ooh, that's spooky. Bought a party-sized bag of Doritos, now have a bad toothache and can't eat them. Dude, that sucks, bro. And those Doritos, they don't last forever, you know? What a waste. Would you rather be able to time travel or read minds? Those are both very powerful. But they both come with caveats, too. You know, like reading minds, can I turn it on and off? Or do I read the mind of everybody within a certain radius of me? Because being constantly assaulted with the thoughts of other people would be like hell. You know what I mean? Also, the time travel thing, like, I mean, we all know about the problems of time travel. You know, time travelers create more problems than they solve. You know, the one little change could change the future. You know, I could go back in time just to observe something and step on a bug while I'm in, you know, Germany watching the fucking Russian army storm into Berlin towards the end, and I step on a fucking cockroach or something. And that means that the Russians lose, dude, through an infinite chain of causal circumstance. That crushed cockroach leads to the Russians and Americans being repelled out of Germany, and, you know, Hitler mounting a counteroffensive and winning, you know? And all I did was watch. All I did was show up and step on a roach accidentally, you know? Yeah, the roach of democracy. And I stepped on him. How would you change the public education system? I don't want to talk about education today, guys. I go off on gold star fucking rants about education all the time, and I just don't got one in me today. Sorry. Feels repetitive. Did you ever go to New York City before 9/11 and see the Twin Towers? Yes. I was in New York City in 1995 or 4, one of those years, and saw the Twin Towers, stayed in New York for a few days, all of that, with my dad. Time travel doesn't have to be what already happened. Do you like cold or warm weather? Cold weather, please. I cannot wait for summer to be over. As soon as summer starts, I want it to be over. Is your dad a DFF fan? I don't think my dad watches anything I do. My dad stood on the observation deck. Cool. Good for him. Easier to warm up than to cool down. IMO. Who cares about your opinion, though? I'll take the joint that never burns out. My wang is fine. Do you think that we will invent an artificial superintelligent in the next 50 years? Probably not. Well, below zero is one thing. I just said cold weather, not fucking freezing Antarctic weather. You know what I mean? Like, nobody said it had to be sub-zero and shit. Pot's joint or vape? I like a joint better than a vape. The joint that never burns out is what the AI needs to invent. Yeah, we need to make an AI that invents a joint that never stops. Once that happens, dude, we're golden. We're golden. Did you see Joe Rogan podcast with Elon Musk? I haven't watched the whole thing, but I've seen most of it. I watched most of it as I was working the other day. I'm 18. Do you think American innovation dies with my generation? No. No, I just think there'll be less of it. I don't think it dies. Somehow in the hellish fucking psychologically manipulative dystopian nightmare that all of you were raised in, there's still some smart people, still some creative people making their way through the trash and shining a light in the darkness and making new things and having new ideas and asking new questions. There's still people doing it. Do you think millennials are lazy compared to baby boomers? I don't know. I mean, I don't really like talking about millennials because, number one, depending on how you do the math and shit, I'm on the cusp of a millennial myself. Depending on who you ask, I am or am not one. I don't know. I don't think that, there's a whole lot of value in looking at an entire generation and reducing them down to one drive and one kind of idea. There are things about your generation that I don't like. You know, I don't like this this new kind of thing that you guys do, this like weird parenting tone that you take with people, where when you watch people's stuff, instead of engaging in it and talking about it, you want to give that person constant advice about how they should be living their life or running their channel or making their content. I mean, that's a real, I mean, there's always been busybodies and know-it-alls and, self-interested people in the world, but that seems to be a kind of a drumbeat of this generation. Like, the call-out culture generation. Getting one up in a quick quip is more important than having a long, involved conversation that breeds understanding between two groups of people. Like, that's my least favorite part about you guys and your culture and your generation. But I guess you could look at that as a positive thing, too. You know, I'm a big fan of that. As iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another kind of talk. Maybe you guys are providing a public service by being constant naysayers and constant, I don't know, just nosy, busybody, know-it-all kind of scumbags that, I don't know, maybe there's some positive outcome to that I just can't see. That's bound to happen when you deal with a lot of strangers through the internet. I mean, sure, it's always been a part of the internet, but now it's the drumbeat that drives the internet. There were always people on the internet that were looking to troll or naysay or find somebody that was doing just fine and tell them how they're doing everything wrong, even though that person, has no credentials, has no experience, has no, they can't show you anything that they've done where they've done what you're doing better, but for some reason they know how to do it better, Those people have always been on the internet, but now it's like everybody on the internet is that way. Have you ever done that? I try and stay away from that. I like arguing with people, but it's usually not about, here's how you could lead your life better. I don't really like getting into that. Maybe you're just noticing it more because you're a depressed piece of shit. I mean, I was a depressed piece of shit back in the day when I was on the internet. So why didn't I notice it just as much back then? Would you rather fight Michael or Freddy? Michael Myers or Freddy? I mean, probably Michael Myers, right? Because a grenade could take him out. Freddy's not even corporeal. You can't fight him. Why are people so mean about your depression? Because I shared it. Because I talked openly about it rather than pretending I didn't have it. Anything that you reveal about yourself on the internet becomes grist for the mill for people to run constantly through their stupid opinions and their stupid jokes. I knew that, when I started talking about mental illness and stuff, I knew that it would end with just a bunch of people constantly being stupid about it. But I would rather it be out there, and I'd rather people know what I'm struggling with than to lie to you guys about what I am and how I am. I'm constantly trying to know myself better. That doesn't necessarily mean fix myself or get better. It just means know my limitations a little better. That to me is the most important thing right now about my mental illness and learning to deal with it. Is that I want to be able to take more responsibility for things when I'm doing something that's as a result of my mental illness. I don't want to, and I think I've gotten pretty good at that, but there's still a part of me that blames others and wants to look for something outside of myself when the problem is me. And I'm trying to get better at that. But yeah, dude, I mean, you tell anybody anything about yourself. You show your face, you're immediately going to be called ugly by a million people. You show your body, you're immediately going to be called fat or too skinny by a million people. I mean, it's just, it seems like the introduction that people want to have to content creators is just a storm of critique about every little thing about them. You're depressed, you're anxious, you're lonely, you're fat, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're ignorant, you're ill-informed. It's just a litany of bullshit that comes raining down as soon as you put yourself out there, and most people can't take it. Most people get it and turn around and run from it. And if you want to work in the business, you got to face the fire. Watching you open up about it helped me to understand how to express myself about my own personal battles. Really glad I found your channel, man. Love the honesty. Well, I'm glad that somebody out there enjoys it. It's usually those people projecting their insecurities, but yeah, see, they do it from a position of unfair advantage, though, and that's really the problem with it. I don't got a problem with people dumping their insecurities all over the internet and begging for attention and shit. But when they do it from a position of total anonymity, then it's unfair. You're talking about very intimate details of a person's life, but you're totally anonymous. You're picking apart a person's looks, but nobody can see what you look like. You know what I mean? Accuse me of what you want. You can't accuse me of those things. I put myself and my ideas out there for everybody to chew through. I don't hide what I believe. I don't hide what I think, and I don't hide what I look like or what I am. I'm here. This is me. I'm not a little anime avatar. I'm not a Pepe the Frog. I'm a fully actualized human being. Does Ashley care that people are super mean to you? Ashley was born on the internet, so that should answer your question. Would you ever want to go to Area 51? Not without clearance, because that just ends with you standing around at a fence line and looking at a desert. It's one of the reasons I don't like Medicare. TBH, he hides his face. It makes fun of how people look. I mean, it's a tactic for sure. And it's certainly well within his right to not reveal himself. It's probably smart for a guy like him, honestly. And it's certainly easier to level criticism about people's looks and opinions when you really don't express any of your own. So I don't blame him for doing it. It's certainly the path of least resistance, although for me, the path of least resistance is the path of boredom. And even worse, the path of hypocrisy. If I'm going to call somebody a big, fat, ugly, bulbous-nosed, slope-headed mongoloid, I feel it's only fair that they can call me a big, hairy, gross-looking, smelly-looking, homeless-looking, fat, neck-bearded piece of shit. You know what I mean? I feel it's only fair if I'm going to take that tact with somebody that they have the ability to take it back with me. So I understand the anonymity and stuff. I understand people hiding behind cartoon avatars and stuff. But I don't agree with it. I don't condone it. I think it's sad and hypocritical and self-deprecating in a way that the people that practice it don't understand. I don't think that they see it. I think that they see themselves as presenting a position of strength when really they're presenting a position of ultimate weakness. They're talking constantly about people who are willing to put themselves out there. I mean, say what you want about Mundane Matt. At least the dude puts himself out there. I mean, I don't know anybody right now that's taken more withering criticism from anonymous sources than Mundane Matt has. He deserves a lot of it. But you got to give him credit for putting himself out there and not being a Pepe the Frog, not being a throwaway account that as soon as it gets pwned, it disappears and a new personality emerges so that you never have to account for the failure of your previous personality. He's not doing that. He's not doing that. He's staked a claim. He planted his flag and said, this is me, this is my face, these are my beliefs. So you got to respect that. Medspeds is a good example. You know, she's not, you know, a super huge YouTuber or something, but she's a member of our community who I've seen her face and she's interacted with us and she puts her face in her avatar and she makes her own opinions known and she's not afraid to expose herself to the kind of bullshit that we expose ourselves to. And she's got the balls to kind of face up to the nasty comments that she'll get about the way she looks or the way she acts or the way she dresses or whatever, which is constantly going to happen on the internet no matter how you look, dress, or act. You know? The anonymity has done strange things to you guys. You know, the lack of consequence. The lack of social consequence for saying stupid shit has done profound damage to you guys and your ability to not only present information and make arguments, but to process those arguments. So I've got mad respect for people who put themselves out there on the internet. Even if I don't agree with them. You don't know about all that? You don't think that the constant anonymity and the lack of let's take it off the internet and put it in a bar. Okay? Let's just say that instead of here in my chat, we're all sitting in a bar together and I'm talking and there's a group of people and they're all gathered around me. And let's not even make it me. Let's make it some other dude. All right? Let's say we're all just kind of gathered around this dude in the bar and we're listening to him talk. And then one of us steps up to that guy and goes, hey, your mom's a fat fucking piece of shit, and you're a fag. What do you think's gonna happen to that dude? At the very least, he's probably gonna get tossed out of that bar by a mob of people who don't value his input in the conversation. At the worst, he's gonna get a fucking mouthful of his own teeth. You see what I mean? There are consequences for his speech. See, speech without consequence is not free speech at all. Free speech without consequence is half of the puzzle of free speech. There's no consequence, so you can come in and say anything you want and take any stupid position that you want, and if the other person calls you out and makes you look like a fool, guess what? You can just disappear and create a new one. You lost that battle, but you didn't lose the war because you've got a billion more little anonymous accounts that you can go log into, and you've got a whole new lease on life now. You never have to face up. That isn't appended to you. That's not tacked on to you. You know what I mean? If somebody looks at the real you, they don't see all the stupid shit you talk when you're Count Dankula 9978 or whatever the fuck dumb name you've chosen for yourself. With your little cartoon anime guy for an avatar. You know what I mean? That's not tacked on to you as a human being. People can't go and look at that and put it on you. So there's no consequence to it. And because there's no consequence to it, you guys have developed a weak style of argumentation that's based around call-outs, which is like, call-outs are like schoolyard level argumentation. Call-out culture is sad. It stymies fucking conversation. It stymies the free flow of ideas. It stymies learning. They just want the positive aspects of anonymity, but not the negative parts of it. No individual credit, etc. Yeah, well, it's a lack of balls. It's the desire to be a person who people listen to. It's the desire to put an opinion forth and have it considered by adult human beings, but not have it appended to you directly. It's a lack of balls. Pure and simple. If you had a pair of balls in your sack, the shit that you say online, you'd be happy to append that to yourself and defend it. But you don't have a pair of balls. Oh, the Founding Fathers, you want to make that? So yeah, the Founding Fathers wrote anonymous op-eds and stuff in the lead up to the war. If you want to compare that to somebody coming in here and calling my mom fat, I'm open to hearing the discussion, bro. Somebody coming in here and calling my mom fat, telling me I'm ugly. How is that? Is that what they were doing? Is that what they were doing? Then they were using pen names and pinning pamphlets and stuff to try and change the ideas of people without exposing themselves to actual backlash. Is that what they were doing? They were just running up in the fucking King Louis's fucking court, you know what I mean, and going, hey, you're a fat fucking faggot, with a mask on. Is that what they were doing? I don't think that's what was happening, bro. I don't think that's what was happening at all. But you can make that comparison if you want. If you see a comparison between the Federalist Papers and Pepe the Frog, I'm all ears, bro. I'm all ears. How about the times when people are too confrontational? I have a family full of narcissists who really can't talk to me without turning an argument into petty bullshit. Maybe I am one too. I don't know. That's up to you to decide. It's up to you to figure out about yourself. I don't know you well enough. Well, without anonymity, people would use your comment and post history to discredit your arguments. Isn't that the way it should be? Isn't the things that you've said and the positions you've taken, shouldn't people be able to look at a record of that to make sure that you have some kind of logical consistency? Wouldn't that provide greater and deeper understanding of your position, to see what your positions have been in the past, to see what kind of things that you talk? I think that that's a profound part of understanding a person's positions on things. So how's that a bad thing? How's what you've said in the past being brought to the fore in current discussions a bad thing? It's only a bad thing if you don't have the balls to stand behind the things that you've said. If you want to be an edgelord that says things that you would never say in public, that you would never walk up to say somebody to them in their face for fear of the retribution that you would suffer for it, either the public humiliation or the aforementioned mouthful of your own teeth, so you hide on the internet and you do it there. How's that a good thing? What's the positive for that? What positive benefit is being conferred upon society for you to be able to put a mask on and go out and say things that you'd never say? Stupid shit. Not actual arguments, just stupid, nitpicky bullshit. What's the benefit? There isn't one. You don't get beat up. I guess that is a benefit. So there's one benefit. You don't get beat up. How do you equalize the freedom of speech and distribution of bullshit? That's a great question. I don't have an answer to that. I think that smarter minds than mine need to chew over that answer. Because I don't know. You don't get put on any lists either. You're retarded. If you actually believe that Google doesn't know who you are because you use a Pepe the Frog avatar, you're fucking stupid. You are straight fucking retarded. You don't even have traditional anonymity. You just have a cloak of protection from people that don't have mod powers. You're not protecting yourself from Google or Facebook by not putting your face in your avatar. You think they don't know who you are? You think they couldn't find out who you are with a quick fucking call to your ISP? You're full of shit. Like, your anonymity is just a cloak. It works on me. It works on me because I don't have the database on you. But if you think you're genuinely anonymous because you chose some stupid fucking anime character as your avatar and named yourself Boku no Pico or whatever the fuck and come running in here talking shit, only a VPN stops ISPs. Newsflash, dude, even those don't stop people. A VPN isn't enough. You think Google can't track you if you're using a VPN? You think the government can't track you if you're using a VPN? You think they can't see what you're bouncing your fucking IP off of? Ridiculous. You have no idea how exposed you are. No idea. If you actually think that your anime avatar is hiding who you are from the people that really matter. Now, me, what's the worst thing that's going to happen if you expose yourself to me? You might get your argument dismantled. You might have an argument that the public thinks went my way and not yours. I'm not the danger, and yet I'm the one you're hiding from. You ain't hiding from Google. You ain't hiding from Facebook. You ain't hiding from Twitter. You're not hiding from your ISP. They know what you're up to. They've got a file that thick on your stupid fucking ass. Are you kidding me? Hiding from the wrong people, bro. I pose no danger other than embarrassment to you. Paul, do you live in present America? Look at Twitter. What happens when people voice their opinions with their real name attached? Careers get ruined by mob justice. Huh. Okay. Someone might call your boss and get you fired because you said something that someone found triggering, and yes, this has really happened. Then I tell you what, dude, I don't think anybody should be fired for something that they said in their private life, but if you're not willing to risk anything, then what's the point of saying anything? Like, what's the point of saying anything? Like, if you're scared of being exposed for the opinions that you're putting out there, then keep your opinions to yourself. VPNs work unless they have a warrant or believe you're in the Illuminati, dude. I hate to fucking burst your bubble, dude. They don't have to have a warrant to watch what you're doing on the internet. They know exactly what you're doing. When I say they, I mean the government, law enforcement agencies, the exact people you don't want having a file on you. You think a VPN works, you're sorely fucking mistaken. And they don't need a warrant. Legally speaking, they need a warrant. Illegally speaking, they don't. I don't hide from anyone myself. Don't need to. Just use something else as my photo. Done videos myself. I'm fine with that. I mean, whatever. You use whatever fucking I don't think my icon on here is an actual picture of me. I don't know what it is. But I don't think it's an actual picture of my face. Maybe it is. It's not just about the icon. It's about hiding who and what you are. It's about hiding your face. It's about hiding your ideas behind a cloak of anonymity. That's what we're talking about here. You're anonymous unless they actually investigate, is what I'm saying, man. That's absolutely untrue. They're investigating everybody. You're not anonymous. This idea that they have to have a specific reason to look at your internet history is silly. Silly. They're investigating everybody. They're collecting data on everybody. If you've got a hot internet connection out of your home and you're in America, there's a file on you. And if you're bouncing off of a fucking Opera browser VPN, that's easily sorted out if they want to see what you're looking at. It's retarded, dude. You're just retarded. You have no fucking privacy. So it just really illustrates the silliness here. You're hiding from people that really can't do you any harm other than maybe embarrassing you because you made a bad argument. And the people that you really want to be anonymous with, the people who really are looking to persecute you for your speech, you're bare naked to them. They see everything you do and say. Are you starting to see the silliness of having a frog for an avatar and coming in and hiding and saying my mom's fat or my beard is weird? Why are you hiding from me? I can't do anything to you. I can't do anything to you. I can't reach out into your life and pull you out of it. I can't fucking spy on your fucking inner thoughts and your searches. I can't look at your history on the internet. I'm of no fucking consequence to you, yet you're hiding from me. You're hiding from me while you're exposing yourself to everybody else. What's the point of that? Antifa threatens to kill people, Paul, and there are people who will really do so. There have always been people who will kill people. What's that have to do with the price of rice in China, homie? Too much information, a database for any legitimate combing through investigative purposes. You have no idea what you're talking about. You genuinely have no idea what you're talking about. They have a searchable database. They literally have a searchable database. It's not like they're looking at everything you're doing. There's not like a one dude just staring at everything you do and writing it down, you fucking dipshit. They have a searchable database. They put your name in, they get to see all your little accounts, all the little posts you make on Facebook with your anonymous fucking name. They get to see it all. It's all there. What happens on the internet stays on the internet, right? You've heard that before? If I got up right now and shook my dick around, somebody'd immediately clip it. It'd be up forever. Well, that applies to you too. All the little private things that you think you're doing in secret because it's behind a VPN, all the little private communications, all the work you put into, if you've got an internet connection, there's a file on you, bro. And there's nobody watching. Nobody has to be watching for that data to be logged. But you're hiding from me. You're hiding from me. And people like me. That's the point. Move on, cool. There you go. 300 seconds versus a move on for you. See how you feel when you come back. There's no full database like that because there's too much information. It's there. It's just not the way you pitched it. I agree with you completely. I disagree. I think anything that you've done is searchable. I think anything that you've said is searchable. There might be a few messages that they don't have logged here and there. But if they want to know something about you, they've got it. All they've got to do is look at it. The only thing protecting you, the only kind of pseudo-anonymity that you have is that we live in a fucking country with 350 million people in it. So you're 1 in 350 million. And there's what, a few thousand people working for the NSA? So the chances of them actually catching wise to you, the chances of somebody actually taking a look at what you're doing and building a case against you or using it against you is slim because there's 350 million of us. That's really the only thing protecting you. But the idea that it's not out there, somebody wants to look at it, you're just wrong. You cannot hide. You cannot run. They don't probably have AI to catch certain words. That's not an AI. That's just a filter, but they absolutely do. You say the wrong thing at the wrong time, you get flagged, and then they are taking a look at you. Who's this anonymous guy, Nemesis the Warlock, that said, you know, that he wants to rise up against the government or something? Who's this guy? Oh, okay. Well, let's just run a search on him. Oh, okay. He started the account with this email address. Okay. Well, let's see if any of the things that he's used attached to any other Any other accounts? Oh, here's another account where he's used the same name. Oh, here's his Facebook account. Here's his Twitter. Private and public versions of both. What's this guy up to? You ain't safe. You ain't safe. None of us is safe. We haven't been for many, many years. For all the idiots thinking they're anonymous, go type in Utah Data Center into Google. Yeah. Go take a look. You don't have to be the government to find people. That's absolutely true, too. How do you think doxing happens? A lot of the little chain that I talked about where you take somebody's pseudonym on the internet and you find other instances of it, that's how a lot of people get doxed. They think that they're anonymous, but they created another Perlo the Wizard account 10 years ago with a bunch of pictures on them, of them on it, a bunch of details about their life that they forgot about on some defunct website, but it's still there. Still there. Still being scrutinized, still being dug through, still being looked at. From the tone I'm taking, do you think I support this spying? From the warning tone that I'm taking, does it sound like I support this level of fucking spying? I don't. I don't think it's necessary. And even if it was necessary, I think it's a profound breach of a person's right to freedom of association and privacy. So why do they do it? To keep tabs and control over society, so that they can get out in front of any revolutionary idea, so that they can keep tabs on what you're thinking, saying, and who you're associating with. Why do you think they do it? They do it because they want to know what you're up to. Do you think Alex Jones was right about anything? Sure, I'm sure he's... a broken clock is right twice a day, man. Alex Jones has probably got a point here and there. I don't watch a lot of Alex Jones, so I couldn't tell you. You and I are not that significant. That's kind of the point. It's a giant net. They're grabbing significant facts about people and insignificant facts. They're collecting it all. They don't care. There's no distinguishing between a mundane fact that feeds nothing about you and a subversive statement that you made that might label you as a terrorist or a potential violent offender. There's no difference to them. It's a giant net that sucks everything into it. It doesn't discriminate. Are they listening on our phones even now as it sits on my desk? Not only can they listen to your phone even if it's off, they can turn the camera on. They can also do that on your computer. It's ridiculous. You think you're safe. You think you're hiding behind a cloak, but you're exposed. Every last one of you. No, they can't just turn on your camera. Oh, you sweet summer child. Can't listen to your phone if the battery is out. Yeah, I guess that's true. So I know you and me are both pulling the battery out of our phone when we're not using it, for sure. I work with IT, Paul, and I'm not that stupid. I worked in IT for 8 years, and I could look at any teacher that I had on my network. And I didn't, because it would have been a violation of their privacy. But anytime I wanted to fucking ARD into a client machine and turn on their camera and take a look at their face and what they were doing, I could do it. And that was just me as a network administrator. What do you think the people that actually administrate the internet can do? Think about it, bro. But you were an admin. What do you think these people that I'm talking about have? What do you think that the fucking NSA doesn't have admin access? Think the NSA can't fucking get by some security measures and see what's going on? I was not a programmer. I was just a network administrator. They can't administer your device without access to the fucking server that holds your user account and data on it. How hard do you think it's going to be to get that? There are backdoors built in to every fucking enterprise server. Next. Do you really work in IT? Because you don't talk like a guy that works in IT. You talk like a guy that tells people he works in IT but doesn't actually work in IT. TBH, they're slowly getting backdoors. No. Backdoors are built in to modern enterprise servers. All of them. All of them. Evidence? How about the guy with his Apple phone, which was biometrically locked, that Apple was able to unlock somehow without his fingerprint? Why do you think they were able to give the CIA information on that guy that was a terror suspect in California with his biometrically locked Apple phone? Because Apple builds a backdoor into their phones. The servers that I was administering at the school district that I worked at were Apple servers. You think they don't got backdoors into that? Hello? Are you there? IT guy? You still talking? Because Apple knows their encryption, but alphabet agencies don't. Apple shared that backdoor with the alphabet agencies. Apple colludes with the alphabet agencies. What are you talking about? Well, if you're an actual IT security administrator, why don't you explain to this kid why he's wrong? Get in there, bro. I work for the NSA, Paul, and you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, shit, dude. Zeppi, the NSA guy. They do it on purpose because they straight up cave to all government pressure all the time. Of course they do. They collude with the government. Government and corporate America are basically intrinsically linked in this country. One is the other. It's cute. It's cute, like the delusions that people have about their privacy. It's like you guys have no, like some of you clearly have no idea how bad things have gotten. Have no idea how exposed you are. I'm very open to criticism about this. I'm not a security expert, but these things are not as simple as login, boom. You know, I didn't say they were. I didn't say somebody just sits down at their laptop and runs a program that, you know, slowly but surely hashes the fucking password and gets them in. It's a complex system. There's a lot of complexity to it, but this idea that they can't do it is just silly. These people not know about the story that broke about the CIA hacking into cameras of smart tech and NSA sharing data with a bunch of alphabet agencies. Apparently they don't. Apparently they think that their device is secure. They think that their user accounts are secure. They think that things like their webcam that's plugged into their computer is secure. It's not. They want to take a look at what you're doing. They want to look at the room that your computer is in, see who's in there. They want to listen in. They can do it. If they want it, they got it. There's nothing you can do to stop it other than just take your computer completely off of the network. The problem is you're not supplying demonstrable evidence. Go to Google and look at all of the privacy problems that have happened since 9/11. Look at all the times that the alphabet agencies have been exposed, looking into the private lives of their citizenry, and then come back and talk to me. I'm not here to list off every little fucking thing for you. All right? I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of dates and times of every one of these incidents. You can block your webcam with tape. Teachers used to do that. Teachers used to do that all the time. I used to walk in to work on a teacher's laptop and there'd be a little chunk of a sticky note stuck over their webcam. Just like, that's probably smart. I mean, you know, they were really just protecting themselves against me, and I didn't have the time nor the inclination to spy on anybody. I had shit to do, you know. Paul, why did you quit your job? I didn't like it anymore. What are the banks? So what the banks already know since decades exactly. What? Ugh. I mean, even if that wasn't a nonsense post, I'm timing you out because it was structured like one. Try again when you come back. Use an incognito window. Oh, yeah. Just turn on incognito browsing and you're fine, dude. You got it. You got it. That hides you, dude. Haven't you seen the little icon that the browser gets? It's like a little dude with a hat on and you can't see who he is, dude. You're protected. Just turn on the incognito browser, bro. Why would they put a little icon of a dude with a trench coat on and like a, you know, and a hat hiding his face? Why would they make that the icon if it wasn't safe, dude? Come on. Incognito browser. You're incognito, dude. Yeah, incognito is basically porn mode. That's exactly right. It's, I don't want somebody that I live with actually sitting down at my computer and looking at the horrible things I look at in my history. So let's just turn off the history for this browsing session. That does nothing to mask what you're looking at from anybody that would want to take a look at that. Every stock photo of an identity thief guy in a balaclava typing. Yeah. That has to mean something. You're right, dude. Shady looking dude. His face is hidden by his hat. Gotta be safe, dude. Gotta be safe. The dark web is not anonymous. Yeah, people think they've got it all figured out, dude. The people that think that they're safe from this are just hilarious, dude. Absolutely hilarious. Useful idiots. A bunch of fucking cows lining up to be slaughtered. I'm just gonna follow the cow in front of me because they're clearly heading towards pasture. Clearly heading towards a green field filled with grass and crisp, fresh streams. I'm just gonna follow this cow in front of me, heading towards the pasture. What a bunch of dumbasses, man. Is there anything we can do about it? Nope. Has Pessimist Productions ever received some legitimate heat from the Gov? No. The TISM is out today. TISM is out every day, dude. Out every day. You once trash canned your trash can, dude? I didn't even realize you could do that. You trash canned your trash can. Holy shit. Doo-wop, a Christopher Reeves. skibbity bebop, scoobity doo wop, shibbity dee bop, Christopher Reeves. Shibbity doo wop. Oh, yeah, dude. They tried to hack my botnet, but I was able to get around them by writing a Visual Basic GUI real quick and deleting their mainframe. So I've got a few more minutes before they shut me down. The space, it's called a recycle bin. So the space on your hard drive that what you have deleted occupied can now be reused. You just realized that? You just realized that, dude? I think it's actually called the recycle bin because these tech companies are all little, you know, lefty, earth first type of people, and they wanted to send a message. That's why I think it happened. Tell us your manifesto before they take you down again. Smash the state. Smash the state. That's my manifesto. Smash the state. That's right, I said it. Smash the state. Tear down the machinery of oppression. Sometimes the machinery of oppression gets so odious that you have to throw yourself upon the gears and the wheels to stop it. Paul, was the NSA blocking your broadcast? Yes. Yes. They don't like me talking the truth. They're out here, guys. They're out here trying to get me to not speak the truth. Time for my medicine? All right, let me take the bitter pill of putting your dumb ass in timeout yet again. There we go. Whew, I feel better. Man, that's better than the fucking liquid shot of Prozac straight to the vein. Holy shit, my life has immeasurably improved. My self-respect has gone up 2 notches. Holy shit, man. Thanks for the reminder. I hear something playing in the... Oh, it's... yeah, this is going. Esports, dude. Esports, yeah. I was watching the EU Summer Masters earlier while I was working on the D&D shit. That's really what my life is going to be for the next 3 days is D&D, get this campaign finished. So I've been working on that today, taking a little break to do this Highdeology. I was listening to some EU Masters. This one, no, this is League. I don't really play League, but I like watching it. D&D and Alien D, both going really well. Both, you know, like we're gonna be filming the D&D thing shortly, so that we can edit it and get it out to you guys on the date that we said we would. So it's crunch time for me. Like I said, this today and tomorrow are really gonna be spent making this, you know, getting the final details of this campaign in place so that we can do this shit. So I've got quite a bit done, but there's still quite a bit that needs to be done. So what do you think of a Bill Burr as a comedian? I think he's funny. Isn't that an interesting answer? Aren't you glad you asked? Would you say Wheel of Misfortune is the highlight of your YouTube career? I don't know, maybe. It was fun. I mean, it wasn't fun, but it was fun, you know. I thought I'd tell a silly story about long, thin swords, but rapier jokes are never funny. Oh my God, get out of here. Paul, what's it like kissing while having a beard and mustache? Don't you miss silky kisses? I don't know, man. Ashley likes kissing me with the beard, and I like kissing her with the beard. She likes the beard. Genuinely. Like, she gets really sad whenever I get... Because I go through these, like, phases where I'll wake up and I'll just look at the beard, and I'm like, I want to shave this fucking thing off. And I'll tell her. Like, I'm really thinking about shaving this fucking beard off or trimming it way back today, and she'll be like, no. Please. She doesn't... I think part of it is she's grown to like the way I look with the beard, and part of it is she doesn't want to see in person what's behind this. She doesn't want me to take the curtain down. She's never seen me without a beard in the flesh. The entirety of our relationship has been spent with me looking basically like this. So she doesn't want it changing. And I don't blame her. She's seen pictures of what's behind here. Bill Burr's comedy is off stage. Okay. Paul, do you think Doom 2016 is one of the best classic video game modern reboots? I mean, I don't know that it necessarily was trying to be the original Doom. I think it took some of the concepts from the original Doom, this kind of more arcadey, faster paced, waves of enemies style. But it doesn't feel a whole lot like Doom to me, to be honest with you. I mean, I've played the original Doom and Doom 2 more than I care to admit, and I own the new Doom, and I haven't beaten it, but I've played a bunch of it, and it's fun, and it's cool, and it's got a lot of references to Doom in it, but it doesn't feel a whole lot like Doom. Will Ashley share you with me, or are we going to duel for you? It depends. What are you bringing to the table? I mean, that's the honest answer. What are you bringing to the table? Like, are you slinging dick, or are you a bottom, or are you a top? I mean, how do you see yourself interacting with Ashley and I in a sexual situation? What's your position? What are you up to? You know what I mean? That's all. These are all the things that we've got to talk about for me to answer that question. So, you want to answer the question, then live-in maid, chef, and vag. Done. Done. Come on over. I'm dead serious. DM me. We'll make you our third. I will use you as a dumping ground for all my sexual needs. I will involve you in said acts with my girlfriend, and I will eat your food and let you clean my house for me. That sounds like a fucking winner right there. That sounds like a full-blown winner right there. Damn, Paul is like, let's talk about it. Well, I mean, he made an offer. I want to find out the particulars of that offer. You know what I mean? Or she, or they. Would you have a double chin without the beard? Yeah, I mean, there's a double chin back there. It's not like a big giant one, but there's a little double chin right here. I got a hold of it. See it right here? It's under there. Anyone wants to clean my house and cook me food, you can do that too. No sex, though. What fun is that without sex, though? What fun is having a live-in maid and servant that cleans and cooks for you if you can't, like, eat your meatloaf and then flip their little maid skirt up and fuck them silly? You know what I mean? Like, how? What's the point? I'm on the Discord. Cool. Hit me up. Hit me up. Come on over. Let's do it. Sex is a deal breaker. Huh? Sex is a deal maker for me. Don't fall for it. It's a succubus that's offering to bone you. I mean, wouldn't you want to be just absolutely fucking sexually exploited by a succubus? That's not... Only problem on the West Coast? Nah, there's airplanes, dog. There's airplanes. 100% airplanes. It's perfect. We'll fly you in. Got a room for you and everything. You can sleep on my giant beanbag couch and shit. I'm fine with that. Do a feminist slam poetry. I'm gray, asexual, not really into sex, very low libido, mental health. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, sex ain't for everybody. I wasn't trying to push it on you. It's just not, those aren't the opinions that I take. Sex is necessary to me. I wouldn't want to live in a world where I didn't get it. It's one of the only things that makes being human worth it. To me. Doodly-doo. Yeah. Gotta love the sex, dude. Eunuch Paul? Yeah. Asking for a friend, what should you do if you marry someone and she stops putting out? Divorce? Ever want a long braided goatee? No. A rat tail goatee? No, thank you. Should I take a quick snap before class? What's that? It's hard to find a reason to live without sex. I agree. You said once you have a sexual dream of being gangbanged by a bunch of dudes in an alleyway. Was that kayfabe? I don't remember saying it, so I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I do it sometimes, gotta please the husband. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's just a different way of being. I mean, I like, being pleased, but I also like doing the pleasing. I like sex to be a mutual thing. But whatever. I mean, you do what you gotta do. You get through, you clearly got it figured out. You're doing fine. What relationship? You mean that roommate I'm legally bound to? Cool, yeah, that one. He's trying to incept a memory. Is that what's going on? He's trying to incept me? Yeah, weed is one of the other reasons to live. Not sure it makes it all that worth it. I mean, it makes it worth it for me. I like some weed. I don't want to know anybody who doesn't like some weed. What's the origin of the term kayfabe? It's a wrestling term. I don't know exactly what the origins or the etymology of it are, but I know it's a term that was used in wrestling. I'd rather smoke some weed. Weed doesn't tell me what to do. I mean, if you got the right type of relationship, your significant other doesn't tell you what to do either. If you're a man, there's a lot of reasons to get married. It's all boring legal stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, there's definitely financial impetuses to be married. There are tax benefits to marriage. There are social benefits to marriage. For example, you can be denied access to the like hospital room of a partner of yours if you're not married to them. Their family can tell you that they don't want you visiting them, and if they're not there to, if they're not there to correct that, or they're not conscious to correct that, then you're just kind of left out in the cold. You really have no social right to be in that person's house. You're just an acquaintance of theirs. Marriage codifies that. It codifies that you are two people that are connected legally, and nobody can deny you access to your partner at that point. It doesn't happen a lot with people, but it certainly is something to think about. There's a lot of reasons to get married, most of them social benefit and economic reasons, like MedPed said. But really, I guess it's kind of unnecessary in terms of how you feel about the person. You don't need to be married to be in love. But yeah, it codifies that you're a family. For me, that's not worth it, but I don't try and tell other people what to do with their lives. Louisiana sounds scary because big bugs and no legal weed. Both of those things do suck. I'm not gonna lie to you. One question you could ask the Pope in person if you could. Why does he pretend that he's running a religion when he's running an international pedophile ring? We will have legal weed soon. I hope so, Medspeds. Maybe you've got your ear to the ground better than I do, but I haven't heard anything about legal weed happening in fucking Louisiana. I hope legal weed gets to Virginia. It'll get there before it gets here, probably. How did you deal with difficult and often toxic people, and how do you deal with them now? What do you mean? I deal with them the same way I've always dealt with them. I engage them to the point where I feel like we're actually having a conversation, and then when I feel like we're no longer having a conversation and it's just trolling attempts and bullshit, I block them. West Virginia, country mama, take me home, legal weed. Yes, please. 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 What state will secede next? None of them. None of these states have the balls to actually secede from the union. It's not happening, guys. It's all a bunch of talk. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Never happened. Never will happen. Never has happened. Won't be happening in the future. Trust me. It's all bullshit. 100%. Yeah, Louisiana has legal medical, but it's so restrictive that it may as well not exist. The legal medical here is incredibly, incredibly overly restrictive. You basically have to be like literally dying right now of cancer to get it. That's basically what it is in Louisiana. So I'm glad that that's available for people that are literally dying of cancer. That's nothing but a positive thing, but it doesn't help me much or anybody else really. Are edibles stronger than smoking? Edibles are different than smoking. It's a different kind of high. It's a longer lasting high. It's a more body based high. It's a different experience. People that smoke and then do a really potent edible oftentimes end up in a panic attack because they feel very differently than they're used to feeling when they're stoned. I like the edible high. It's not my favorite. I like smoking better, but I like the edible high. Yeah, I mean, you should get your dad somewhere that has it. It could help him. Yeah, edibles can get on top of you real quick if you don't know what you're dealing with. Edibles are definitely stronger in terms of so-called ego death. Well, yeah, you can get a really, really, really potent high. I mean, you can get super duper ripped doing dabs and shit too. It's just a different kind of high, longer lasting. I think a little mellower, but a kind of a fascinating high. It's a good high. Like edible highs are good to just have long conversations on. Edibles are more tolerable and predictable to me. Yeah, some people feel that way. Some people like the edible high way better than they like the non-edible high. It's cool. It's why it's out there. There's a little something for everybody. Okay, that's enough of that. It's enough of that. By gum, I've had enough of that. California's awesome. Legal medical, stronger, or legal recreational, stronger medical. Yeah, I tend to agree. Stop dying, dude. My whole head just immediately filled with like mucus after that hit. That was not a good hit. It was a kind of a dry hit, not a good one. How often are you on the Discord? Once or twice a week, usually, chilling. Maybe a little more, 3 or 4 sometimes. Can weed be legalized for certain cities within a state? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. I mean, maybe it can be decriminalized on a city level, but I don't think it can be legalized. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, jump in the rolls. Come May, it will be my first time back in the U.S. in over 4 years, and I'll immediately be taking a Disney cruise from Florida to Mexico. That's cool. That sounds like a lot of fun, man. Did Denver do that? I don't know. I don't know if Denver did that. I never heard. Maybe they did. I know that, like, for example, in Texas, Austin, the municipality of Austin, or whatever the fuck, the city of Austin, has decriminalized weed. So if you get caught with weed in Austin, you get treated differently than you get treated pretty much anywhere else in Texas. You don't get in trouble, you get a ticket. They take your weed from you, but you don't go to jail. So that's nice. Orleans Parish is in the process of being decriminalized. I'm in the Terrebonne Parish where it is not, yes. It's just strange. Is there an ounce limit? Usually there are. Usually there's something in the law to distinguish between personal use and intent to distribute. And that usually a limit on how much of the substance that you can have on you when you're caught. All of these steps where cities and municipalities get more and more permissive with their laws and stuff, they're all good steps towards ultimate recreational and medical legalization in these states. You know, it can be really frustrating as a guy that uses this to watch the kind of very slow nature in which it happens, because it does happen very slowly. Anything in government, especially the positive things in the government, happen very, very, very slowly. But to see it happening is a good thing. To try and set aside my desire for it to happen now, that's the hard thing. But I'm doing pretty good. I like the progress that's being made. I think it's significantly positive progress. You can't really argue that. So I'm a senior in a dual enrollment program and I'm bombing my college algebra course. What should I do? Study, cheat, or both? Cheat. Fuck college algebra. Unless you're looking to be a mathematician, get to cheating, dude. The fact that you're in college and still having to learn fucking math, even though you probably don't want to go into a fucking field that needs it, it's just sad, yo. Study up on how to cheat. That's really what you should be studying. How do I cheat? Get help, Paul. I don't want you to die. No. You get help. I want no help. God helps those what help themselves, my friend. Ever thought of dyeing the beard some crazy color? No. No, not at all. Because that would just ruin it. Like, it's already fucked up. And just ruin it even further. Do not hear a dino anywhere. He's here. See? All you gotta do is make that kissy noise and he comes jingling along. Hey, buddy. How you doing today? You're excited for your treat later. Dude, we've been treating him. This dude right here, he loves peanut butter. It's his favorite fucking thing. So he's been getting like a little spoonful of peanut butter every day, and he's been like way calmer. I'm almost wondering if there's like not enough fat or something in his diet. Like the food that we're feeding him maybe isn't fatty enough or something? Because I'm telling you, like, we've been just treating him to a little scoop of peanut butter every day, and I feel like his temperament is better or whatever. I feel like he's a little less high strung, maybe? Does that make sense? I mean, I might just be, you know, misinterpreting it. He might just be having a kind of a chill time or whatever, but it just seems like he's been better these last few days in terms of his nervous nature. Does he scratch or chew on himself a lot? No. No, he's not like that. He's way he likes to chew rawhides and stuff. He likes to have his toys and just kind of lick them and chew them. But he doesn't, you know, he's not a chewing on himself or anything. When I was younger, so much, I don't know, man. Quit it. Get out of here. Quit quoting the Beatles. He finally found what was missing in his life. Yeah, he needed some peanut butter. Who knew? Who knew it was that easy? The reason that Dinar was so high strung is because he wasn't getting enough peanut butter. And now that he gets his peanut butter, he's better. Zoo gum and peanut butter poisons dogs. I mean, we're giving him a spoonful of it, dude. He doesn't look poisoned. A little spoon of honey is good for small dogs with thin airways. Okay, I'm gonna try some honey. Try some honey with him. Well, when you're here and you're the maid, you can start giving him honey. When I'm not fucking your brains out, of course. When you're not on a fuck break. Chickity chickity wah! Peanut butter is not poisonous to dogs. Cool. Well, Chelsea, I trust Chelsea more than anonymous chat mem. Shoobity shoobity shwa. If you listen to White Album, it predicts the race war. Oh man, that's the comment that ended it. You guys can all thank Don Peyote for the comment that ended this one. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, yeah.